Hello everyone, welcome to Neovik Academy. And I know for a fact that you're here to know how our placement program works. Let me begin with by stating that this is a confirmed, assured 100% placement program. However, there are certain caveats to that. The first caveat being you need to get through the very small first round of interview that will be conducted by our Neovik Academy counselors. Let's start with that note, and I wish you all the very best. Here we are, Neovik Academy, a gateway to world's largest investment banks and MNCs. Now, going ahead, what is that we are going to talk about here? We're going to talk about how is that Neovik making sure that you are in interview ready and making sure any bank that you attend interview will long to have you onboarded. There are multiple challenges, there are multiple assessments that you have to get through. All that will be spoken here. We are very ambitious on making sure that the right candidate or the right competent candidate reaches the desired or the dreamed career in terms of investment banking. We have a huge corporate network that we have tie-ups and partnership with. On top of that, we make sure that the interviews are conducted by the corporate employees who are currently working in large MNCs. Okay then. So before we could get started, let me just introduce myself. My name is Tejas, who have completely worked in large investment banking firms like JP Morgan, Society General, and Northern Trust for the last 20 years. I come with an immense experience of how companies like JP and every other investment banking firms choose the right candidate from the market. And here we are to make sure that the right candidature is being equipped with the respective candidate who is going to attend the interview. However, it comes with the caveat again, you have to get through the interview with Neovik Academy first. We understand your competence. We will check through your ability to understand and comprehend and then take you forward. Okay, so where do we begin now? What is the prime objective of our training? Our main objective is to prepare candidates to crack any given interviews in large banks and also makes them job ready wherein firms have to just plug and play them. It's a 40 hours intensive course and through which we intend to give exposure to all the major concepts and fundamentals in investment banking. Beware, you'll be shocked to know how the actual investment banking firm works. However, whatever you study in college isn't the same as to how banks work. First and foremost, what are the key course benefits that you are going to entail through the course journey? The first and foremost, as I already said, 100% placement support. We have direct access to hiring firms, not just training. We also make sure your resume and your LinkedIn are being well pursued and understood by the firms. We tailor make them to make sure it matches the investment banking standards. 10 mock interviews with real corporate employees who are currently working as operations manager, operations senior manager, and HR managers, so that you get to know as to what are the kind of questions that you would be facing when you're attending the interview. The key point being the fourth one, you get industry relevant assignments and practical tasks while performing through this particular course, which actually mirrors the actual work in IB. The fifth point being the skill transformation. Our basic finance knowledge, which is called the fundamentals, will make sure that your IB job ready, IB in the sense investment banking job ready expertise. It gives you a huge strength and confidence when you encounter or when you face an interviewer. However difficult the questions would be, you would fairly have an idea which would impress the interviewer that you understand the concepts and you're not totally alienated based on the questions that they're going to ask. That gives a huge booster point. Then comes the corporate network that we have. We have tie-ups with more than 40 different investment banking firms across the world. Our corporate network are so extensive that in the last 20 years, wherever I have worked, wherever the directors of these companies have worked, still have inner circles wherein they know for a fact what are the lookouts that the companies are doing. We don't go and talk to them about you, rather we prepare you in such a way that you meet their standards. That's the recruiter circle that we are talking about. And the most important thing, when all of these are achieved, you can be rest assured that your confidence and your communication will have an extra edge because you will be using those jargons throughout the course of the interview. Our intensive practice to excel in high pressure interviews are the key scale of this particular thing. Okay, moving forward. What are the key topics that are being covered during the course of this particular course? For the 40 hours intensive course, we have divided this into four major categories. One being core finance and banking, second being tools and applications, third being job readiness skill, and then comes the placement preparation. Okay, now the page clearly calls out what each factors, like for example in the case of core finance and banking, we make sure that you are well versed with basics of investment banking and global markets. We make sure that you are aware of what is equity, debt and derivatives, what are financial statement analysis, what does DCF mean, what does precedent transaction mean. Same is the case of tools and applications. There are specific tools which are used only in investment banking. To give you a gist of it, Bloomberg, Refinitiv or Capital IQ are the predominant ones which are used across the board. Then comes the job readiness skill. This is where our mock interviews are going to help you to make sure that you feel the real pressure of what you go through when an actual interview goes through. The real case studies which have been discussed in the interview will be shared during the course of this particular job readiness skill training. And the last and the most important one, placement preparation, networking and corporate access support. We make sure that you are ready for group discussions or role plays. We make sure that you know for a fact as to what is the interviewer going to ask you. We will prepare you in such a way that you don't have to miss out on any of the courses or the questions that will be raised during the course of the interview. Okay, however, in order to make sure that we touch base on everything, we have created a set of pages that you could go through, which clarifies as to what does each of them indicate towards. The foundation of investment banking, then comes financial analysis and valuation. We can go deep dive into this. It's a very interesting point, but should we be doing it now? Rather, I would welcome you to the course, join the course, and then let you know as to how things work. Then comes corporate transactions and strategies. Have you heard about mergers and acquisitions, leveraged buyouts, restructuring? So a deeper dwelling will be done in these particular questions or topics, which will help you understand, and you're not alienated on any of the questions that will be asked by the interviewer. I hope to see you in the training for a longer length so that I could explain you all of these in detail. Great, then we have reached a stage now that we are going to discuss about the key takeaways that you're going to earn through this particular course. The number one, your foundation with regard to investment banking gets stronger. You completely understand what are the global IB concepts and how does the market works, or how does the operations center work, which pertains to investment banking. That's number one. Number two, with regards to the ability to perform in real world investment banking solutions. For a fact, whatever has been taught to you in the college is theoretical, which is totally the other way around here in Neovik Academy. We make sure that you get real life examples to be worked upon. Third one, the predominant one, is going to be the confidence that you're going to gain through whatever has been learned through the course, which gives you immense confidence to encounter any kind of difficult question that will be put across to you during the course of the interview. I wish you all the very best, and I look forward to see you on the course. And I look forward to you growing in large firms like JP Morgan or Wells Fargo or Northern Trust and make a space for yourself. Thank you so much again, and wish you all the very best.